Hi guys, so for today's craft with me video, I thought I'd share with you guys a flip through of my latest creation. I made another journal for another one of my sisters who is very artsy, and she is an amazing artist. And we chose kind of a different type of theme for her. And so she wanted hers a little bit more artsy, more nature based. And so I was thinking, what can I come up with for her cover? And we found this, I think it's from, yeah, it's from Stamperia, and it's a paper set that's called Klimt with a K, and it turns out it's one of her favorite artists. And so I went ahead and I purchased that, and I'll link that paper pack below so you guys can take a look. And that's where I based this off of, and I just added a few natural elements, naturey. And so for the cover, first I made this little dangle tassel thing for the side of her journal, and I love it. It has a bunch of beautiful things on it, so let me share that with you really quick. I made her a little yellow angel charm, and I have this little charm that says sister. I have these little feet. She's got a beautiful baby girl, and so I thought that would be fun for her. And let's see what else. There's this vintage skeleton key. It has this that kind of reminds me, I think, there's a star in the middle of that one. Thought that was beautiful. And here's a leaf. And here's a tree, one of those family trees kind of thing. And let's see down here, there's a postcard. We do not live in the same state, and so I thought this would be beautiful. So it's a postcard that says, I love you. And so there's that. I just really love the way this came out. Very earthy tones I tried. And let's put this off to the side. For the cover, I found, well, I've had this roll of moss, and it's an actual ribbon roll. And what I did was I cut it up and I made it into kind of like a brick mossy wall. And so you can see that I made this all by pieces. I just glued down different pieces. The binding part of it is just a piece of cardboard with fabric, and then I just use this pretty twine, I guess. And then this picture here is framed. I'm not sure. I believe this is a Tim Holtz frame. And then this is one of the images that came up, and I just thought that this was perfect for her and her daughter. The back is just a collage of a bunch of the little squares, that the little cut aparts that comes with the paper pack. And so I just cut up all of the squares and I made kind of a collage on the back. And then I added this lovely lady who is also part of the set. And I put a matte, a matte medium over it just to kind of protect it, just in case it got wet. The closure is just, what do they call the post closure. And so it's got this, and I just put an elastic on it, and it's just tied in the back with an eyelet. And so I thought this was a fun way to kind of keep it closed. And then with the elastic, it'll give you room to grow. So I wanted to give her enough space to be able to draw, paint if she wanted to, and also journal. So here in the front cover, I made this little pocket, and this is actual sketchbook paper. I have a smaller notebook, and I just cut it down to size. And I also have these with brads so that she can take that apart if she wanted to add or take away from this pack. And there's about 5 pages of sketchbook paper in here. Then I decorated it with more of the cut aparts. And then here has 3 signatures. And each signature I did add a little dangle. So a little charm or whatever for the covers. And so here's this cover. And then for this one, I added, this is the same image on the front, but this is just the whole image from top to bottom. And I added it on a piece of cardstock to match. And I made a postcard for her so that she can journal on. I did add a little stamp to it. And these have beautiful dahlias on it, so I thought that was beautiful. So I put that on some beigey cardstock. This is tea-dyed paper, and I just added some doilies on it, so it will still give that doily effect. And I said, did I say tea dye? It's coffee dye. And then here is just a note card with the red rose. And I tried to add a few little natural elements to it. So here's some burlap, I guess. And I added a little butterfly here, and I just stapled that together. I felt like it was going to be a little difficult to try to glue down that burlap. And so I added a little butterfly on this end to kind of cover up the back side of the staple. I did stencil this, and there are going to be a few empty pages because I wanted to give her room, like I said, to journal or draw on. And I just added a little simple little sticker here on the bottom. This, I just made a collage of some of the pieces that were left from the paper pack. This is an envelope that I ended up putting. This little girl reminds me a lot of her little girl, so I thought that was cute to put on there. And then you flip it open and it's the inside of the envelope. Here I added just a little smile card. I did add some of that crackling paste on it, and then I just kind of edged it with a little bit of some inking. And then on the back it has the epic, so it's just one of those little flashcards, which I thought was really cute. And I try to just add some texture to that. This has some stamping, and I just stamped on top of the book page and just colored it in a little bit. Here is some it's like handmade, it's handmade paper, so I wanted to add that on here. I have some of the this grid paper. This is just a music sheet. I just thought that these little characters were really cute, so I thought that was fun because it kind of looks like it's drawn on. Here I have 2 pockets, and I added these word labels that I actually stamped, and one says sister, the other says artist. This one is one of the little pockets that I made from the time cards, and I did add a couple little things in here. Here's some more of the grid paper. This is just a little page of the paper pack. Here I added quotes. They're like famous quotes, a book that I found, and I just thought that that was fun to add. Here is a magazine page just with some natural pictures on it. Here is just a dictionary page, but it's a mini one. I just thought that it gives it a little bit more character. A lot of these have an actual word, so it's probably the other side that has an actual word that I wanted to use, and so I believe this one has sister. This one is just a little pop out that she can actually pop out, little sketchbook paper, and I added the page corners to that so she can pop that out and draw on it or paint on it and put it back in. again, more clear paper, clean paper, so she can add little things to it. Doily. This is going to be the inside of the signature. I did add a tab with just a little number and a bulb pin. This is the center of this first signature. There's the other side. Here is the sister page. And then more of just the natural green elements in here. Here is another side of the quote page, and I did add a little stamped flower there. Here is one of those little glassine bags, and inside I added some of the Greek flashcards that I showed you guys that I had thrifted before, and I chose the ones that I thought were fitting. So this one says beautiful and good. I stamped and colored it, and again it'll have it in Greek on the back. This one says light, and I did stamp that and colored it. And this one says grace, favor, and kindness, and so I stamped that and put that on the back. So that's just a little tuck spot for her. Here's some more journaling paper. The other side of the music sheet. Here I did add, I wanted to give her enough space to be able to journal on. So there's more journaling space on these. Here I just added this little image here, and it's actually a man embracing a woman. And I just added that little stamp there. Here's another little tuck spot for her to add more stuff to. And then I stamped more journaling and drawing space. And that's the end of the first signature. The second one has this image on it. And then I did add a little dangle there. Some more coffee dyed, and this one has more of the doily image there. Isn't that beautiful? Like a starry night in the woods. I felt like that was very pretty. And so here's this, just trying to give her journaling space and space to draw on. So every signature is pretty much going to have the same elements. It might have different little tuck spots and little things in the pockets, and so there's that little postcard. This one has some of the flowers that we like for her. This again has, I just thought that this sketching on this was beautiful, and it says soaring. The music page with the birds. Beautiful, right? Then again, I crinkled this paper up and I added just a little bit of texture to this. So here's gonna be another one of the dictionary pages. More journaling. I added this was not on here, so this is just a little image that I put on both sides of this. More of the famous quotes. Another little sticker. Then I added this beautiful tree to it, which is also part of the paper. Then I added this, and I added some stamping here and colored that in. Here is the center, also with a little tag. And this one has the little key tags with a little stamped bird on it. So here is the center of this one. Again, some doily. This is another tuck spot with some stamping. This one says the critic of an artist must be oneself. So I thought that was beautiful. This is the same lady that's on the back. And then we have this little collage that I did, walk your imagination for inspiration. And it's got the birds here, which I thought was really cute. So we keep going, and then we have this, a kiss, a beautiful start. This one has that tree on the other side. This one has, let's see, this one has love on this page. Here I did a couple belly bands. This one is just a little tag that I made. And then this one has 3 more of those word tags: friend, painter, and creative. And it's got this beautiful image on the back. I believe these are from the Tim Holtz collection, the paper collection. So I put those there, and I really like the element of having things kind of popping out from the top. So I put those there. Here is another little tuck spot. I just thought that this part would be really fitting for her, this type of paper. And so what I did was I just ripped it and I inked it, and I thought that for it to be, you know, tucked in this way instead of this way would be easier. This is another postcard that I made, and I just thought that this was very pretty, and I felt like the purple, this is just an image from an ephemera book that I have, and so I just cut that out and I added it onto the back of one of those old postcards that I had thrifted a while back, but I just covered it in the purple because I thought that it would be very pretty with purple and the really pretty rose. So there's another postcard for her. And then we have more journaling spots. We have this that I added with the little bird, and that one is also stapled on with my mini stapler. And then I added a little bird on the other side to cover it. And here's the back of the other signature, and this is the last signature. And this one also has a little dangle. I tried to put the dangles in a position to where they're not going to be overlapping. So the first dangle on the first signature is on the top, the middle dangle for the middle signature is in the middle, and then the bottom is for the last. And then here's some more of the coffee dyed with the little heart doily. You see that? And then here's another one of the little rose cards with the butterfly. And this one has that green burlap. Then here's another journaling spot, another stamping that I colored in. And here's the other, this one says art. So I try to make it go with the theme of her journal. And so here's just more music paper, just to kind of give it, I love this graph paper, and then this beautiful, oh my gosh, this paper is so nice. I actually thrifted that. Another one of our favorite flowers for her, the sunflower. So I added that in. I put another little tuck spot, and this is just another little journaling spot that I made so that she can journal on that and tuck it right back in. Another one of the little sketchbook papers with the little photo corners so she can take it in and out. Just another little collage on both sides here. Here is the center of this one with another little dangle, and this one just says made for you. And this is the center, the tree of life. Thought that was pretty. Here I have another little tuck spot. This one I added this little, and I've made these before. I have a link. I'll put a link to how I made these. So these are, again, more little journaling pages. So I thought that was really pretty to put in here. Just stick that back in. Another little journaling spot. Here is a little, those coin envelopes that I made. Again, I have a video on how I make these. This one I added another little flash card. This one says nature on it, and I did add more of that crackling paste. And I went ahead and I added a few of the ripped pages in the back, which I thought was really cool. And I just added it with the eyelet, so I punched right through so that you can actually write on it and it stays right in place. And then I just added the little paper clip because I thought it was cute. So there's that, and put that right back in. Here's the other side of the handmade paper, more of the graph paper. This is a little envelope that I stamped, and then I added this bookmark in, and it just says, "With brave wings she flies," with the green butterfly. So I thought that was really pretty. And then I added some, this is from my school desk Tim Holtz stamp set, and so I just cut this down to size so that it fits on the back, so if she wanted to journal on that, she could. So we'll stick that right back in. And then with this, I did add another little clip to keep it open because you can close it. Then on this side is just another little piece of the page. The goal of art is life. I don't know why I got tongue-tied there, but here's some more journaling paper. And then this side of the paper of the dictionary says artistic. And then here's some more of the quote paper, and I added red roses on this one. That's just a stamp that I colored in. More journaling, more artsy places. And then this is the back. And then here is the back cover. I was debating if I wanted to put something back here, but I didn't want to cover this image because that bird is beautiful. So I just left it. So there's that. And then we have the eyelet that I punched through to put the closure of the elastic. And that's it, you guys. That is the journal that I made for my sister. I am so happy with it. This is something new, going with the artsy vibe and the nature vibe. I just thought that this was beautiful, and I hope she loves it. By the time you guys see this video, she will already have it. So that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this flip through of my latest journal that I made for another one of my sisters, and I'm so happy with it, and I hope she loves it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks.